Hi guys, welcome to the channel, and today we are going to have the match preview between Newcastle and FC Barcelona in the Champions League, which is set to take place tomorrow. Let's get right into it. Newcastle is set to host FC Barcelona at their home grounds, the St. James Park, with a capacity of 52,305 spectators. Now, let's talk about how both teams have fared leading into this game. Now, in the last four fixtures that these teams have played in their respective leagues, I think Newcastle do struggle a lot to score goals. And also, I think defensively, they're not all that balanced. But against Wolves at home in their recent match, they won 1-0 at home. So we can say that the attacking threat of Newcastle is not that, potent as compared to FC Barcelona. Against Leeds, they drew this game. It was a 0-0 game in the EPL. And also against Liverpool, they hosted Liverpool at home, which they conceded 3 goals against Liverpool. They lost this game 2-3 to Liverpool. And then against Aston Villa, they went away at the Via Park and they drew 0-0. So clearly, Newcastle do struggle a lot to score goals or to convert their chances. But going into this game, this is football. Anything can happen. Maybe they might step up their game. Who knows? Now let's talk about FC Barcelona. On the other hand, their last match against Valencia in the La Liga, they scored 6-0 against Valencia. They kept a clean sheet. And against Rayo Vallecano, they drew away at Rayo Vallecano, a difficult ground to play. Of course, they had complaints about the pitch, etc. But it was a 1-1 game in that fixture. And against Levante, Barcelona won 3-2 against Levante. They conceded 2 goals and they scored 3. And against Mallorca, in the opening fixture of La Liga, they won 3-0 away at Mallorca. So that also goes to show that Barcelona do have threats going forward. Of course, they are attacking threats, but defensively, I think they do have a bit of um, gaps there or loopholes in there. But maybe they have to put their defense together going into this game. Let's see what happens in the game. Let's get into the head-to-head between both teams going into this fixture. The last time they met was at the St. James Park on the 19th of March 2003. Barcelona won 2-0 against Newcastle. On the 11th of December 2002, at the Camp Nou, Barcelona won 3-1 against Newcastle. And also on the 26th of November 1997, Barcelona won 1-0 against Newcastle. The only time Newcastle won Barcelona was a 3-2 win at the St. James Park in 1997 as well. So it seems that Barcelona do have the upper hand over their opponents going into this fixture. But that was a long time ago. Football has really changed in recent time. Let's see what happens in this fixture. Hansi Flick, the coach of Barcelona, do have some big decisions to make going into this fixture. Now the squad list is out, and obviously Lamine didn't make it to the squad list. We know of his injury that prevented him from playing against Valencia due to the injury he incurred on international duty. We also have missing players like Alejandro Balde, who is not going to play in this game. But then Frankie de Jong is fit and is back to the squad to play. So there's a squad line or the squad list for Barcelona going into the game. We have Juan Garcia, Szczesny, and Diego Cochin for the keepers. And also for the defense, we have Ronald Araujo, Kubasi, Christensen, Gerard Martin, Jules Koundé, Eric Garcia, and Geoffrey Torres. Now in midfield, we have Pedri, Fermin, Marc Casado, Olmo, De Jong, and also Marc Bernal. And then for the attack, we have Ferran Torres, Lewandowski, Hafena, Rashford, Rooney Badji, Fernandes. So this is my predicted lineup for the game against Newcastle. And as you can see in goal, we have the one and only Juan Garcia, who has been amazing ever since he got into the poll. But the first center back pairing, this is where the big decision, set in. I went with Paul Kobasi and also Christensen. I know because I'm the tallest player in the Newcastle team. Their striker is what? Nick Otamendi. This guy is like 6.6 feet. And then in our team, the tallest player on our team is Araujo, who is even what? 6.3 inches tall or feet. That means he's 3 inches less than Otamendi. But I think we are more solid with Christensen in our backline. See, Christensen combined good passing, good defensive threat, and also area duels in the air balls. Araujo is good in the air, of course, but defensively, when it comes to that, winning the balls and etc., I don't really trust Araujo to partner with Pakuba, so I'll go with Christensen in this case. But for our right back position, I'm going straight with Jules Koundé, although Eric Garcia has been amazing in the past game. And also the left back, there's the one and only Gerard Martin, who is starting in the left back. So this is my defensive line for the game against Newcastle. Going into midfield, now that Frankie de Jong has returned to the starting exile, although he had a minor injury, of course, but I will still go with Mark Casado because he was exceptional in the game against Valencia. I think he deserves to start this game. And of course, the one and only Pedri is in the midfield pairing Mark Casado. Now for the number 10 role, people mentioned Dani Olmo, etc. due to experience and explain it. But boy, let's talk about Fermin Lopez. This guy is in form. You know, he's one of the players that has a different profile to our midfielders and also our 10. He has a different style, he has something different to the game. He can score from. I mean, he can make a chance from anywhere. You know, this guy is just clinical and he deserves to start in the number 10 role. And then on the right, I'll have Rafinha. In the left, have Marcus Rashford to continue in this regard. Anybody can come off the bench as well. But the number 9 position, of course, is a big thing for Hansi Flick to decide. But I will go with Frank Torres because he's been in amazing form. And maybe Lewandowski can come back from the bench to continue maybe in the 60 minutes, etc. But I think Ferran needs to start because he had a couple of chances to score from the game against Valencia. Unfortunately, he didn't take his chance, but I think this is a game that Frank Torres can start and we can rest. Maybe have Lewandowski come back from the bench to also help us in the second half. So this is my predicted lineup for the game against Newcastle. I expect Barcelona to win at least 2-0 or 2-1 or even 3-1 against Newcastle because defensively they are very organized, but it's just that they cannot score many goals as compared to our team. So guys, let me know in the comment section what you make of my match preview between Newcastle and also Barcelona, and let me know your score prediction in the comment section. So remember to subscribe to this channel, Football Updates 25, on YouTube and also on TikTok. If you're new to the channel, of course, like and share this video, and as always, Visca Basa.